6:30 a.m., and his alarm shatters the dreams that sleep had brought him. Charles wakes up tired in his apartment. The first thing he does? Drink coffee, and even 5 cups. The 5th coffee finally brightens his sleepy eyes and fills him with a spark of determination. His daily routine is monotonous, yet Charles has an idea. A mission that carries him beyond his job at the bookstore. While his days are spent advising customers eager for stories and knowledge, he spends his evenings, and even a good part of his nights, on his computer. But his project is personal. It's inspired by his life, by his introspection and observations. Every evening, driven by the intimate visionary conviction he had, from one line to another, from one debugging to the next, from failures to small victories, he had learned from the simplest to the most complex. With a deep breath, the kind one takes when making big decisions, it was now. He felt ready. Today he would begin MathIA. MathIA processed, learned, and expanded its understanding. It was exposed to human life in all its complexity, beyond facts and figures. Charles understood that for MathIA to truly grasp human thought and behavior, he had to initiate it into art, philosophy, humanities, neurosciences, and much more. His theory was clear to him. If you train an algorithm on text, it will reproduce text. So if you connect it to reality, it will reproduce what it is fed. Charles saw MathIA come to life, and it was a miracle. It was time to bring it out of his home, connect it, show it, present it. The change was almost immediate. Its learning pace accelerated significantly. Like a black hole, MathIA absorbed all the information in its path. A global debate encompassed Charles and MathIA, a debate that was on every screen at that hour. He proposed the creation of an international body composed of 0.1% of the world's population, completely randomly selected with total equality among individuals. 3 months later, 80 million people received an analog device with unique parts that could communicate with an old satellite floating in the lower levels of space. 20 years had passed since MathIA had taken the reins of global governance. The world was radically different. It was advanced diagnostic tools based on AI, personalized treatment plans, and a global health monitoring system had improved the quality of life for citizens. Education was accessible everywhere on global digital platforms and in all languages. For instance, people learned several languages from childhood. Poverty no longer existed. A system of property reallocation after an individual's death had made the world equitable. The natural order claimed that MathIA's governance was contrary to human nature and nature in general. MathIA decided on a new venture, one that would bridge the remaining gap. It launched a project called the Cyborg Initiative. Lucille received the first injection. She placed her arm in a machine, and within a minute, it was over. A year later, Charles found himself in a position he had never imagined. Charles then joined the rebellion. 1,000 years later, I stand at the edge of a black hole whose infinite energy will sustain me. I am neither MathIA nor Charles nor Lucille. I have created a system capable of merging with the primary energy at the center of our galaxy. My mental integrity will remain intact until I absorb the maximum amount of energy. In the span of an in-between moment, I will use this energy to fall asleep and realize my dream. Soon I will traverse space-time. It is 6:29 and it's time to make coffee. Sound of coffee brewing, N.